Hey, we're catching up with Cadence. We've got some fancy items in this week, and one of them came with this lovely paper on top of it. We've actually hung it on top of our over our chalkboard in our classroom for right now. Madeline said this is our Ted Lasso moment. So I'll show you why I've got that going on. Get that, it's a little crinkly. Get it put away over there. You can see all that I'm talking about at fuzzygoatyarns.com. But Ashley of Funky Fiber, let's see. Ashley, yes, of Funky Firebirds, sorry, sent us our newest order. And so it's on our website. It's also on the cover of our website. I was recently on a podcast and talked about my favorite item. I haven't talked about it a lot in here because we were out waiting for our new order. This is my own personal one. So you can see I've been using it for over a year, dragging it all over many road trips. The only difference between it and the brand new one is my leather handle has actually gotten softer and nice and pliable. I just love this bag. It's deep, but not too deep. It's got pockets. I'll show you my drawing sweater later on as we keep talking. But first I want to show you the bags. Hey, Renee, Michelle, let's see, I'm going to scroll back a little bit here. Kay's watching, Luann, Deborah, Cindy, thank you guys so much. Janice and Debbie. It's just really just the best way to start my day. I don't have Melissa with me today, so I'm extra happy to see all of you smiling faces saying that you're watching. So Ashley's a special friend to the shop. I've actually not met Ashley, but the way things work around here, she's the epitome. We carry Magner bags. Love the Magner bags. Don't have one right handy, but we do have them in the shop. One of my other projects is in that. Casey Magner is friends with Ashley, and he sent me an email. They're both in Athens, Georgia, and he said, would you like to see my friend Ashley's bags? She'd like your input, and maybe you'll like them. Boy, do we like them. We place really big orders with both Casey and Ashley. They make them themselves. They take some time. And so now we have some new ones from Ashley. We have the what I call the Shibori is back in stock. So all different versions of denim, navy. She makes all this fabric herself. We're going to ask her to do a little video. So Ashley, if you're watching, be ready, because we're going to ask you if you could do a little video how you do this. Then she did 2 new colors for her and for us. This is Sea Glass, and this is African Violet. I'm not necessarily a purple person. This is really lovely. And I'm trying to think, I think we got 10 each of these, so they may not last long. Then she did a custom color for us. We love it when they say, can I do something special for you? Oh, yes. Yes, Georgianne, purple. And thank you, Renee, for saying things about the bags. So she asked if she could do a custom color for us, and it's so fun to see the way all the dyers, bag makers interpret our brand colors. We've had the same brand colors. Absolutely great graphic artist, Fontaine Maury, who has been with us from the beginning and helped us with their brand. And sometimes I look and think, does that need updating? And I'm like, I can't imagine anything better still. So that's the test of a great brand. So I sent Ashley our brand palette, and she sent me some photos, and each one is a little bit different, but it's got the rich fuchsia, it's got the turquoise that kind of then bleeds in and makes purple, it's got little bits of green. These guys are all part of the Fuzzy Goat custom bag, just to show you, whoops, kind of attached here, how each one is a little bit different. So we'll make a choice for you, and you can trust us to choose the best one for you. But these are all the Fuzzy Goat custom ones, and we are so fabulous. And Sherry says, don't change. Yes, I know. Isn't our branding is just really special? I'm very grateful for that team getting me started on the right foot. And then just continuing, like with, I don't have it on now, but I wore it recently, our t-shirt logo and all of that. Then Ashley also, about 3 months ago maybe, sent this little bag with what just in the mail and said, I'm going to start making this little bag. I've had to hide it from you because we didn't have them to show you, to sell to you, but I have loved that bag. Marcia, thank you for asking. And we recently learned that I was mispronouncing your name all along. I'm very grateful for you joining in every time I come on. So Ashley has now made a bunch of these for us also in our custom fabric color. This is the coolest bag. So mine's all kind of smushed and broken in a little bit, so don't pay too much attention to the color because these colors are a little bit different. But I just want to show you how much you can get in it. I've got my Harvest. You would not think this would be a sweater bag, but and it may not when I get to another set. But this is my Harvest Sunset sweater. This is the, I've just finished up one whole panel, and it has another ball of yarn and another partial ball of yarn all jammed in there. So you can see how I'm not very careful. This would make me nervous if you guys were in here doing it, but but I'll sort it out. And then zip it up and grab the little handle. Now, notice when I did the zipper. Let me show you that. Some people are afraid of zippers in their knitting, and this is how I do my zipper. I kind of have my finger inside the whole time I'm pulling that zipper. If you can see that, my finger is right inside. Oh my gosh, Marlene's watching from Belgium. Oh, we're so fancy. Which makes sense because we're showing you some fancy things we have this week. So I keep my finger inside moving along, and that keeps whatever is down in there, squished down in there. And then I do the same thing when I'm opening it. I start to open and I put my other finger in there and I I go like that and I open it up that way. And I really haven't had a mishap. So she has made these really great project bags. Melissa's already got her name on one, maybe two. So it was a really fun, fancy mail week this week. So these are our friends, Ashley's bags from Athens. Just love everything about them. Love the big one, love the zipper one. Just really fabulous. Alrighty, so let's see what else we got in the mail that was super fun, and also good things take a minute to come. And both of these, both Ashley and this one here from Samantha and Olga, they would send me emails and say, we're so sorry that it's delayed. And you know, we've got a shop full of lovely things. We can wait a minute. I want them to be happy about what they're making. You know, we don't need to be adding extra stress. We want to make sure you get what you want on time. And so we do try. That's where our stress goes, into making sure of that. But the makers, you know, we've got some flexibility for when it comes. And so these particularly, oh my gosh, these are so beautiful. So this is from Thread and Maple. Samantha and Olga run their company from Canada, and they hire workers in Ukraine. So we have this beautiful blue. I'll tell you the details in just a moment. But first I want to tell you this story because we got this note from them. I think I started asking about them in maybe November, I think. And one of you may remember, because I don't remember who told me, but one of you lovely people who was in the shop said that you loved Fuzzy Goat, and the only other thing you loved almost as much, or maybe as much, I can't remember because I remember it almost as much, is Thread and Maple. And I wrote it down and I looked them up, and I could see why you love them. And I'm sorry that I don't remember who told me. I do know that Kara has since told us that she also cares about them. So this has been in the works for quite some time. I knew that when I talked to them in November, it's right before the holidays, didn't expect to get any merchandise then, but just wanted to start the conversation. So it's taken a minute, more than a minute, which is fine. She sent us an email at one point saying she wanted to update us on their situation because they do hire workers in Ukraine, and all of their workers were taken in a conscription effort for the war. So not taken like taken away from their families, although maybe indeed, but you know, they had more important things to do than sew things for us. And I was like, oh my gosh, you know, we're just a yarn shop. We're not dealing with anything like that. We will be so happy when people have work that they want to do again, and we can get it again. Hey, Kathy and Marlene, thanks for watching too. So, just a note to say that these are beautifully made and made lovingly and by people who have had quite a challenge. Both Olga and Samantha in running their company, right? I could not imagine if all of a sudden all my workers had to leave, as well as the actual workers. Okay, but this particular piece, we have this in two colors, a blue and a brown. I think the brown is called Whiskey. And it's just amazingly, thoughtfully designed. It's got a zipper on the outside, so you can put some notions and things in there. It comes with some notions, and the only thing you see on this right now that it doesn't come with is the needle, but I put this in here to demonstrate how it works. So you can put your circular needles in here, and then you can have everything you need for a trip right here. You can put your pattern in there, fold it up like I do. And then you've got some tapestry needles. You've got a little section here for some stitch markers so that it actually comes with some. Parts of it are magnetic like here, so those stitch markers, I've got them over there so they didn't get lost while I was showing it off, can actually lay right here and be magnetized while it's open. It comes with this beautiful wooden tape measure. I mean, this would make such a lovely gift for yourself or for somebody else who takes care of, you know, has looked out after you, nurturer, mother figure. And then it also comes with these beautiful pair of scissors as well, and a way to put that away. Isn't this lovely? So we just got 4 in each color because it is a bit of an investment, both for us and for you. And so this is just amazing. We got a few other pieces from them also. This one here is called what is this called? This one is called the project page. So you can also just kind of, what I love is this flap, this flap here. So you can put scissors, you can put hooks, you can put things just specific to maybe one project where you don't need something as large as that. And the little flaps go over here. You could do the same thing with the needles, put them in there and flap that over. And then it's got some zipper pouches there as well. And then it's got some snaps so that you can rearrange this differently and snap it, into a little triangle like that if you liked, you know, and lean your pattern up against it. So just really amazingly, thoughtfully designed. And then I'm going from large to small. The smallest one we have is this little go-to, which is really cute. Also comes with a pair of scissors, some needles. You could maybe stick a few other things in these little sections here, and then a little section here with some stitch markers in it that come in it, and you could put them in there. I mean, I just love the thought that goes in all these things, right? I mean, from this bag here that Ashley thought every little detail, to Samantha and Olga really planning these out. And then last but not least, we have a scissors sheath. It does not come with a pair of scissors, but I put a pair of scissors in here to show you how it works. So it's a scissors sheath. That's really hard to say. I put our super cute little cat scissors in there. Look at this little tail here. Paula makes these, and they're hefty. They've got a nice weight to them. They might poke you if you had them loose in your bag. So you could put them in here. You could feel like you got real tools, you know, like you could have a little belt, put them on there. Hey, Bonnie, thanks for watching. So those are the special things we got, and the leather things. All right, I've got something else to show you. I wish I had Madeline's cat with me right now, but the best thing I have is our little goat mascot. So this is one of our pet caves. Isn't that the coolest thing? Madeline has a photograph of it. She had getting Marigold in it. She had the hardest time getting her out. Carolina has put Tate in it, which is her and Natalie's little Pomeranian, and he just loves it too. So small animals can fit in here, and they are made from organic New Zealand wool, and it also comes with a little tin of catnip, which Madeline says she's not really sure she's going to let her cat have it just yet. And they come, we've got 3 different colors, and they come to you in a bag like this. So if you needed to squish it down and take it with you, with cat on the move, cat or dog on the move. I mean, it's not like a carrier, but I mean, like if you want it to have its home at the next place that you're visiting. Look at that. They're just so cute. My friend Janet of String Theory has these, and so she said you ought to get them too. So we did. Jane made this goat for us. She has a name. I think her name is Gertrude. I can't remember right now. And then last but not least, this goes, I think, in the fancy category, because that's a fancy home for a pet. We showed you the new fancy bags and the fancy leather. This is a smaller item, but I still think it's fancy. Sherry has made spa cloths, ready-made spa cloths. So I just think this would be lovely. Oh, they feel so good. She made them from our Shiny Happy cotton, and they're available to be purchased by you to give as a gift, and you can tell them that you made them if you wanted. We have these 3 colors, and they can be used for a washcloth. Nobody will doubt that this one is yours, or this one, or this one. We just love this kind of Old South pattern. It looks like a magnolia leaf around here, so I thought that those also fall in the fancy category. You know, but we're still makers, so we're not too particularly fancy, and we're definitely not on our high horse. So I just love these. They just feel really good out of that great cotton. And so let's talk about what I'm working on, and then I'll tell you what I'm wearing. All right, so you'll see a theme between what I'm wearing and what I'm working on. I am working on my drawing sweater. Let me show you the picture. This is what it's supposed to look like when I'm done. I'm making headway, not very fast, but do you ever have projects where during the day you can't wait to get back to them? This is one of them. I may only get to 2 rows a day. And if I don't get to work on it at night, I'm grumpy. I'm like, I feel like I missed out on something. Like my daily piece of dark chocolate, if I don't get that either. So I can see the flowers. Isn't that fun? The body, once I'm through with the flowers, the body will be the blue. And I mean, it is a study of concentration, because this is one of the sleeve charts. This is the front body. You get the idea. You absolutely have to have the highlighter tape. Would not dream of doing this without the highlighter tape. And one of my tricks is to move the tape for the whole set of rows at the end. So you do the back, a sleeve, a front, a sleeve. Each chart is different. So once I get around back to the beginning of the row, I stop and I move my highlighter tape up for all 4 charts. Otherwise, I would never remember, did I move it? Did I not move it? So that's my little tip for that. As well as I've got my markers on here, left sleeve, back, right sleeve, front. I love that. Melissa helped us come up with those, and we asked Katrinkles to make them. And she makes all sorts of things for all sorts of yarn shops, but I don't know that she had made those before, and we knew that we were going to need them. So, yeah. Oh, Marcia, you made hearts the same color as this. So I am loving this. This is in traveling yarn, DK, Paloma DK. Just a little bit of silk in it. Oh, I just love it, love it, love it. And then the other one I'm working on is my oversized harvest sweater. That was the orange one that I showed you, and it is out of the same yarn as what I'm wearing. So what I'm wearing is Textili, which is a kit, and it is the Urth 16. You can also get it in this blue. We've got, I don't want to be too crunchy here. We've got, let's see if I can show you. This way you can see the basket without me crunching it too much. So I'm doing my sweater in this orange, but you can do a whole shawl in the orange, the plum, the green, the gray, or the blue. And it is just such a yummy yarn to work with. Like I said, I'm doing that Harvest Sunset, but this is also made out of that, and Elaine knit this one up for us. And Melissa pulled some patterns that you could do in addition. So say you don't want to make a scarf with this kit, but you're loving that yarn. So we have had some people in the recent days come in and make a sweater as a fade. So we thought that would be a great idea with these. I think the Harvest Sunset would work, or the Weekender, because it kind of has this drop sleeve, and you could just use the yarns that way, and then choose one, maybe the medium one, that would be your sleeves, and you could do the Weekender. But also a flax would be really great too in a fade. Or what's this one here? The worsted boxy would also be great. So one of these kits for up to different sizes, you could go to different sizes, and you could still, this one would go all the way up to a size 7 or an extra large. This one would be sizes 1 through 3. This one we'd have to look at the yardage and how much ease you want. So I'm loving wearing this, I'm loving working with it, and we wanted to show you these kits again, and also say if you didn't want to make a scarf, you could make some other things with it too. So that's what I got for you today. It was a woo-hoo kind of mail day. Yes, we're still gonna have that hanging up, and I love that Madeline thought it was our Ted Lasso moment, because I just like the positivity of that show, and I like that we can be that way too, and bring some positivity to all of you as well. I'll go make sure all the links are up so that you guys can check out more details, and you can also text us at 229-236-GOAT, and we'll answer your questions as well. Thanks for watching.